every day when I blow dry my hair, I lose a lot of hair to the point where it falls all over the floor and all over the chair that I'm sitting on. Yesterday, I literally had to wax my entire nose for the first time ever. I have PCOS, and one of the biggest symptoms is excess facial and body hair. And I have been noticing over the past year, especially the last few months, every day my symptoms are getting worse. The facial hair is getting so crazy. Like yesterday when I wax my face every 2 to 3 weeks because it starts to get out of hand. I have never had to wax from my neck all the way up to my eyeballs until the last few months. And it's like a lot more, it's a lot thicker, a lot like fuzzier. I was like, what the heck is going on? Because like when I was 275 pounds, my PCOS symptoms were at the height. And there is no cure for PCOS. I researched, and all I learned was if you lose weight, your symptoms will get better. So I lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 10 years. And I did drastically reduce the symptoms. But what I've learned recently is as you get older, some of the symptoms will get worse. Someone with PCOS gets more male hormones. So they're called androgens, and that can cause a lot of hormonal problems, which in this case, I get excess facial and body hair like a male. Along with that comes the lovely, it goes here, it comes and falls away from my head. So I get the simulation of male pattern baldness, meaning I lose my hair. And I have patches, like bald patches, but a lot of the length of my hair covers those. But what's been happening is I'll shave in the morning. I have to shave every day. By the end of the night, my legs already have hair growing back. TMI, I know. But also extra nose hairs. I have to literally pluck my nose hairs every single day, or it gets a little bit scary for me. I don't like that. The hair on my head though, it's so much like in the shower after I wash my hair, I literally pull away like handfuls of hair, and if I leave it, it'll clog the drain. So what I have to do is I collect it all on the wall of the shower, and then at the end of my shower, because more falls off throughout, I'll throw it out. And it's getting like, there's like clumps. And after then I blow dry my hair. Let me show you this. I want to show you something, but before I get into it, I am not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I know, like, all I know about PCOS is what I experienced. So this is just my experience. Please seek medical and professional help about any issue that you have. I'm just someone who has PCOS, has lost a lot of weight, and I share my experience on the internet. Every day when I blow dry my hair, I lose a lot of hair to the point where it falls all over the floor and all over the chair that I'm sitting on. And I've learned to get a lint brush, and I will literally lint brush the chair and my floor. And this is what has come of just a little over a day and a half, because I cleaned some of the hair up yesterday, but this is pretty much like just under 2 days of hair. This is how much I lose, and that's not including the shower stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on. Also, you get sleep disturbances, anxiety, and the big one, excess weight gain, and most of it goes around your middle, in your belly. So I have excess belly fat that's very stubborn to get off. And obviously, I've been able to lose a lot of weight, and I lost my weight with portion control. And if you want to know the exact meals and portions that I ate to lose it, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link is down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. I lost my weight with the portion control, but I always heard like it's going to be harder. And it is, because with PCOS, like my metabolism is a little slower. The belly fat is really stubborn. So I have to work a lot harder than somebody who doesn't have the PCOS. And, you know, I often hear people saying, like, commenting down below, like, Nicole, I have PCOS. I can't lose weight. I'm having a hard time. I have to cut out carbs. I have to eat no sugar ever for the rest of my life. Well, I have PCOS, and I don't talk about it a lot because I try not to use it as an excuse. What I like to do is I look at PCOS because it isn't curable. You can reduce the symptoms with weight loss, which I did, but as I get older, some of them are going to get worse. I look at it as an obstacle, not an excuse. And that's why I don't talk about it a lot, because I push forward no matter what symptom is trying to get in my way. I wanted to do this video today to just say, hey, I have it. I have the insulin resistance. I have a hard time losing belly fat. I'm in my 40s now. My metabolism, it feels like it's slower, and I feel like now that I'm older, the stubborn belly fat, it's harder to get off. And I'm finding when I do a lean out to try to lose body fat, I have to work even harder than I did before. I have to eat a little bit lower calories, and I have to move my body more, do more cardio. And before I continue with that thought, one of the biggest things is when I've struggled with PCOS symptoms since I was 12 years old. I didn't get an official diagnosis until I was in my 20s because I went to my doctor over and over again, and they kept saying, you don't have it. I finally eventually was able to get a doctor to do the ultrasound and find the cysts. And finally, I was able to get a diagnosis. But I've been struggling with this for a very long time. When I got the official diagnosis, I started doing research, reading every book that I could because I heard it was going to be harder to lose weight with PCOS. And I had struggled with weight all my life. I had already knew that it was hard, and I didn't realize PCOS was some of the cause. They recommended in all the books that I read, all the information that I gathered, to eat low glycemic and to eat specific foods like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, potatoes with red skin, not the regular skin, certain veggies and fruits, focus on those. And I tried that. I ate all the foods that were recommended, and all they did was bloat me. I still love oatmeal, and every once in a while I'll crave a sweet potato, but I can't have oatmeal too many days in a row. I have it a couple days a week because it's cheap, it's fast, it's tasty. But if I have it too many days in a row, it bloats me. So a lot of those foods I found actually were just making me bloated, and I wasn't able to get an accurate weight on the scale. So I decided to break the PCOS diet rules. And I thought, okay, this isn't working. What they're recommending, it's not working. The only rule for weight loss is you need to be in a calorie deficit, meaning it doesn't matter what you eat, it's how much. So if I just focus on eating what I like and portion out my food and be consistent with that, with eating just a little bit less every day, maybe that'll work. And it did. I ate carbs. I included some sugar in the form of, I ate ice cream every day, a portion amount of low calorie ice cream with a couple of low sugar cookies. I ate treats the whole time. I ate snacks. Kyle and I went out for dates. We just said in the other day, we went for burger dates at fast food restaurants. In one of our videos, we said that. I did everything. I just focused on eating a little bit less every day. And because I was able to be consistent with that, for the first time in my life, I was able to be consistent with because it was sustainable, I started to lose the weight. And as I lost the weight, after I lost my first 50 pounds, I started noticing my symptoms were reducing. I thought that was impossible. So whenever I see a comment down below of people using the PCOS as an excuse, or they're doing unsustainable things to try to lose that weight, I've been through it, and I learned taking away carbs for me, because I also had a huge struggle with emotional eating. Anytime I restricted something, and that was another thing, when I tried to just focus on low glycemic foods or cut out sugar or cut out carbs, all that did was cause me to emotionally eat more. And so I learned that the restricting of things, even if it was supposed to help the PCOS, it just made things worse because it just kept causing me to eat and eat and eat. And I learned when I included a balanced diet, included all the things, but focused on eating a little bit less of them, that worked way better for me. And for weight gain or loss, it's calories in, calories out. It doesn't matter what you have. So if you're someone that struggles with PCOS, you lose weight the same way by being in a calorie deficit. If you like something and you fully take it away forever, it's gonna cause you eventually, it's gonna backfire and it's gonna cause you to go into a never-ending cycle like I did over and over again. If you're looking for a great protein powder, I got you covered. This is HTLT Seps, the casein and whey protein powder in the cake pop flavor. This literally tastes like confetti cake with frosting, and it has sprinkles in the actual protein powder. And I'm having this tonight in my protein ice cream because I'm craving some sweet stuff, and this really helps with my sweet tooth and my sweet cravings. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below for this. So what I have learned with having PCOS is everybody has something that they're struggling with in their body, whatever it is, whether they want to gain weight but they're having a hard time, or lose weight, or they're in menopause, or they have PCOS. Whatever it is, everyone has something to struggle with. But I've learned not to identify with PCOS and not to give it a lot of attention, because all that does is give me more and more excuses to not do what I need to do, which is stay on track of my diet and move my body every day in order to keep my weight off. And it's very easy to be a victim and to use the PCOS like, oh, I didn't sleep well and sleeping makes me hungrier because of the PCOS, so I'm just gonna eat. I could use those excuses, but then that brings me to the point of when I was morbidly obese and I left myself no choice. It was either lose weight or maybe not be here. And I don't wanna fall into that cycle again. So every day I take it one small step at a time, and I try not to identify with the PCOS or use it to hold me back. It's scary to change and to get rid of all the excuses, and anytime that you want to change, your body and your mind don't like it. And they will try to give you lots of excuses that you can take and grab onto to use it to get off track. Every day I have to recalibrate or refocus myself, and no, I'm not letting that stop me. PCOS might not be curable, but I'm never gonna use it to stop me. I do look at some of the things as an advantage actually, which might sound silly, but because of the extra male hormones, that actually allows me to build muscle easier. And after I lost all the weight, I had a lot of loose skin. So I started building muscle to fill some of it out. And I actually really like the way my body looks with muscle, and it's very easy for me to put it on. So that's something I focus on instead of all of the negatives all the time. Sure, it can get annoying, some of the symptoms, absolutely. And it is a little harder to get results, but it's not gonna stop me. It never has and it never will. And so if you're somebody that has something that you're dealing with, you lose weight the same way. You get in a calorie deficit, you focus on being consistent with eating just a little bit less every day of the foods you like, balanced diet. You might have to work a little harder than someone else. You might have to deal with certain symptoms that someone else doesn't have to, but you be consistent and you do the things, you make them non-negotiable, and every day you'll get yourself closer to your results and you won't let anything stop you. So, thanks for watching. I love you, cutie. I'll see you in the next vid.
I like your shoes.
Right? My little Crocs feet. Got pineapples, got starfish here, and balloons. And on here you got a dinosaur, and a bunny, and what is this? A cactus.
See ya.
Bye. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.